Hi everyone, here is another day and another amazing dish. Today I'm gonna prepare lamb neck. These lamb neck, as you see, they are beautiful pieces of lamb, and the lamb neck is one of the best and the most tender piece of the lamb. It is better than the lamb legs and lamb chops. You should give it a try. As you can see today, we have our ingredients are, I already prepared some caramelized onion and with turmeric. We add a little bit more turmeric later. So we're gonna have a little bit cinnamon sticks, 2 small pieces of cardamom, we don't need a lot of it, bay leaves, butter, a little bit of lemon zest, just by the skin, because we have a lot of onion. It's gonna be a little bit sweet, so we're gonna add a little bit of this lemon zest to balance the flavor, and garlic cloves. This is 1 full garlic. So let's getting started. So at the beginning, what we do with the meat is we pan fry it a little bit in the pan with I have, as you can see here, I already prepared my onion. So in the same pan, I'm gonna pan fry each side of the lamb neck with a little bit of saffron, which I already prepared here. So, and that will help us to get the bad smell of the raw meat out of the meat. And then we're gonna throw out this oil. We're not gonna using it again. So we then we're gonna lay the onion down in the pan, put the meat on top, put the ingredients in the water, we add a little bit of water, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. It's gonna cook for about 4 to 5 hours, slow cooking. We're gonna cover the pan with aluminum foil, and then I will show you how it's gonna be. So during the cooking process, we may turn the lamb necks a little bit, a few times, so all the sides go a little bit in the juice. Some people cook this in a pot. You can do that in a pot too, over the stove top, not a problem. But I like to put it in the these pans because I don't have such a big pot that I can fit these 2 huge lamb neck in it. So pepper, salt, a very tiny amount of rose water I'm gonna add, maybe just 1 teaspoon, because this is a very strong ingredient. We don't want to give it too much of a rose water flavor, just to the point that helps with the aroma, because it's very aromatic and getting the bad smell of raw meat out of it, helping with that process. And saffron, which I already made 1 this is 1 teaspoon of saffron in a boiled water, which I put it to brew a little bit, maybe half an hour ago. And this onion was already caramelized for about 1 hour, so that's why I prepared it in advance. So let's get started. So I cleaned the meat, washed it a little bit, and trimmed off some excesses of fat. And now I'm gonna pan fry them each side, adding a little bit of saffron all over it. And then after it got a little bit grilled, I'm gonna remove it, throw that oil out, and then transfer everything into these pans. I'm gonna put the onion on the bottom, and then the meat, more saffron, and then all the ingredients you will see I will add. So at this stage, I start laying down the onion in the pan. And a little bit of this rose water. Not too much, just 1 teaspoon. As I said, this is very strong. This will be mixed with the water, and then it's gonna do its job, giving the very nice aroma and helping with getting out the raw meat's bad smell. Now black pepper, we're gonna add a little bit more later on the meat. the temperature is not very high because it's gonna be a slow cook. So this has 4 sides. This meat is quite a square. Every hour we're gonna flip it to one side, so to make sure that all sides will be submerged and getting the flavor from the juice, the onion, everything. And then also after maybe 2 hours we're gonna add the salt, so all sides can get the salt as well. So as you can see, I put it on the bottom because I don't want it get too roasted on top now, because this needs to cook for 4 or 5 hours. So I prefer it to stay on the bottom because the heat goes up and the higher at the top of the oven is much hotter. So we'll see. And here is the temperature, 350. So we will be coming back in 1 hour. So here is 1 hour points. I just took it out of the oven. I'm checking it. I'm gonna put a little bit knife to see how easily it goes through. It's still quite hard, so it's not cooked at all, or still at the beginning of the process. So at this point, I'm gonna turn them to the side a little bit. Okay, so now we are at 2 hours point. We're gonna check it out. Check to see how thorough it is cooked. You will see how easy knife goes inside. Okay, now it's getting better. This is one of those meat that you don't really need to get the internal temperature to make sure that it doesn't get dry. It's in a lot of juice. Usually it gets cooked this way. It's not really roasting or grilling type of meat, so it's always getting cooked this way in a lot of juice and slow cooking, long hours. So we're gonna, as you see, it's slowly getting falling off the meat. That's the whole purpose, making sure it gets fall off the meat. So we're gonna completely flipping this down, and at this point we want to add a little bit salt to it. So I add a little bit salt in the water, in the stew, and then a little bit on top. We don't add the salt at the beginning because it's gonna harden the meat, and we'll let it to cook and then we will add. Okay, it's going to oven for another hour, and then we will check it again in another hour. That will be the 3rd time when we take it out. Okay, here is the 3rd time returning it, or turning them to the side and checking the cooking process. So this is about 3 hours. It's already cooked perfectly. So this will be the last time I'm gonna turn it to the side, and I have to be very careful because now this meat will fall off the bone. And at some point I'm gonna remove the aluminum foil so the water starts a little bit vaporizing and going down, getting thicker. Also checking the salt. At this point you will taste it to make sure that it tastes the way that you want. So I tasted it. Still need a little bit more salt, so I'm adding salt everywhere. So I tasted it and I felt that it needs a little bit more sourness to balance out the sweetness of the onion. So I added half of the lemon, a little bit more lemon zest, the lemon skin,